Why is it that some women chase the bad boy, ignore the nice guy, and then years later cry about how all men are trash? Why is it that a woman can be wildly attracted to one man, then barely tolerate another who bends over backward for her? The answer is simple but brutally honest. Women aren't looking for just any man. They're looking for the best man they believe they can get. And that belief, that perception, drives everything in the female dating strategy. Let's start with the foundation, hypergamy. It's not just a buzzword. It's the core of how women are wired to choose mates. Hypergamy means women are instinctively drawn to date up. Not laterally, not down, up. They want a man who is higher status than them, or at least feels that way to them. That could mean more money, more confidence, more charisma, more muscle, more social power. Whatever she values most, that's where her eyes go. And if a better option comes along, hypergamy pulls her in that direction. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Women don't just want one thing. They have two conflicting instincts that create the dual mating strategy. On one side, they're biologically wired to crave the man with strong genes, the dominant, masculine, sexually magnetic man. This is the guy who gives her butterflies, the guy she fantasizes about, the one who probably has other women after him. But on the other side, women are also wired to seek safety, stability, and resources, especially when they think about having a family. That's the man who's dependable, nurturing, and emotionally available. The problem? These two men are often not the same guy. The man who excites her doesn't always offer stability, and the man who's stable doesn't always excite her. So what does she do? In her peak years, late teens to mid-20s, when she's at her most attractive and has the most attention, she tends to chase the first guy. The fun guy, the bad boy, the guy who probably won't commit. But later on, when her value in the dating market starts to drop, the strategy shifts. She starts looking for the second guy, the one she ignored in her early 20s, the one she hopes is still around. Many men end up becoming the consolation prize, the safe option, the fallback plan. That's why you hear stories of women settling down with the guy who's good enough while still thinking about the one that got away. That's the dual mating strategy in action. Now let's talk about leverage. A woman's peak leverage in the dating market is in her youth. This isn't politically correct, but it's reality. When she's young, fertile, attractive, and full of potential, her options are endless. She has access to the highest tier of men. Men who wouldn't consider her years later when she starts to sag. This is when her hypergamy is most aggressive. She wants the top dog, and usually, she can get him. But the mistake many women make is assuming that this level of access will last forever. It doesn't. As women age, their options narrow, while men's options expand. A man at 35 with his life together has more dating value than he did at 25. But for many women, it's the opposite. That's when panic sets in. That's when you see the sudden rush to settle down. Not because she suddenly believes in loyalty or love, but because the game changed and she needs to lock down someone before the music stops. Another key part of the female dating strategy is security seeking. This is where the so-called provider type becomes attractive. A woman looks for a man who can protect her physically, emotionally, and financially. And it doesn't always mean he has to be rich, but he has to be capable. He has to have leadership qualities, emotional strength, and direction. A woman feels drawn to a man who feels like he could take charge in a crisis. If she senses weakness or indecision, attraction fades instantly. Security isn't just about money. It's about certainty. That leads into another huge point. Women test constantly. These are often called shit tests. A woman tests a man's strength, not because she wants to destroy him, but because she wants to feel his power. She wants to know he can't be shaken, can't be manipulated, can't be controlled by her emotions. If she pokes, teases, withdraws affection, or stirs drama, and the man stays calm, grounded, and in control, her respect grows. But if he folds, begs, chases, or breaks frame, she's done. She'll never look at him the same again. And here's the subtle part of the female strategy. Emotional investment comes slow. Women may feel initial attraction quickly, but they only start investing emotionally when they see high value. And that value is judged on behavior. She watches how you carry yourself, how you lead, how you handle pressure, what you do in bed, whether other women want you, whether you're respected by other men. That's what builds long-term interest, not gifts, compliments, or trying to prove you're a nice guy. Now some women will deny all this. They'll say love is love, that money and dominance don't matter. But look at the types of romance novel they read. Look at who they chase. Actions tell the truth. And the truth is, Female dating strategy is about maximizing security and status through attraction, while minimizing risk. So what happens when women don't understand their own strategy? They burn through their prime years chasing the wrong guys, assuming the right guy will be there later. Then they hit the wall, start to panic, and wonder where all the good men went. In reality, the good men were always there. They were just invisible until she needed them. Understanding the female dating strategy isn't about blaming women, it's about clarity. Men who understand how women think can navigate relationships without getting played, used, or trapped in something they never agreed to. They stop chasing and start choosing. So if you're a man watching this, don't take it personal when she loses interest. Don't beat yourself up if you were the one she leaned on for comfort, while someone else was the one she chased with desire. Recognize what's going on, learn from it, adapt, and move forward. Because once you understand the female dating strategy, you stop getting confused. You stop being bitter. You start seeing the game for what it is. And that's when you finally start to win. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Until next time.